What's up, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We're doing 2020 Topps Big League quarter case break number 5. We got 10:57 on the clock. We're supposed to start at 11, so we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we'll jump in and get going. Thanks for joining us this evening. Get up all the card dandruff from Series 2. Those base heavy products, man, they love putting cornstarch in there. Years ago, if you guys remember, Prism, like 13th Prism, oh my god, it was like your hands would be white by the time you're done opening a box of it, like covered in powder and cornstarch. All right, guys, it's Chris with Chef Sports Cards. We're doing 2020 Topps Big League quarter case break number 5. If you're new to the channel, haven't broken with us before, welcome. Great to have you. We break on Thursdays and Saturday nights usually. Next week we're doing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, because I have an abundance of product coming in or here already. We ship all cards all the time. Yeah, I know, Mikey. I saw that. You went a little crazy on this one. Hey, Mikey, speaking of which, I'm going to make you a moderator for our chat, if that's cool with you. I never had moderators till a couple weeks ago. We had an issue one night. Some guys helped me out. Got the guy kicked out, whatever. And, you know, guys who are regulars who are in here, I just give them kind of a moderator thing, you know, we keep things PG-13. You know how it is. Not too much cursing, or we don't talk about politics or religion or any of that nonsense. So, if that's cool with you. Luther, thank you for joining us, buddy. Good luck, and good luck to you. Anyway, as I was saying, we ship all cards from all breaks. We're very generous with the top loading. Now, Big League is a great, great, great cheap break, and this year they have really kind of upped it. There's more hits. All right, cool. Thanks, Mikey. Let me do this real quick. It seems like there's more hits this year. And for the price, you know, it's wonderful. So, I mean, it's a great cheap break, great way. And everybody's in here. That's the crazy part. There's Trout Autos in here, Acuna, everybody. Now, how many are in there, who knows, and how hard are they to hit? Pretty hard, but they're there. So, yeah, I like to do, you know, just like we do some expensive stuff, we like to do this stuff too. So, let's get into it. Now, let's go over the teams real quick. which Mikey's got most of them. So you're going to hear his name a lot. All right, Diamondbacks, Michael B. Braves, Eddie K. Orioles and Red Sox, Mikey B. Cubs, Russell M. White Sox and Reds, Mikey B. Indians, Barry W. Rockies, Luther S. Tigers, Michael B. Royals, Luther S. Astros, Elazar C. I hope I'm saying that right. Angels, Seth A. Dodgers and Brewers, Mikey B. Twins, Alex S. Marlins, Mikey B. Mets, Scott H. Yankees, Mikey B. A's, Jason G. Phillies, Pirates, Cardinals, Mikey B. Padres, Alex S. Giants, Mikey B. Mariners, Eddie K. Rays, Alex S. And then Rangers, Blue Jays, Nationals, Mikey B. So you got them all, man. All right, let's get into it. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're working our way towards 1,000 subscribers, which at that point we're going to do a free break. Take as many subscribers' names as I have and put them in there and random them off, and top 30 people will get in a nice fat free break. I'm trying to still decide exactly what it's going to be, if I'm just going to do a product like a case product or if I'm going to do a mixer. I'm thinking maybe a big mixer. So I was going to start like collecting up boxes. So we still got a little ways to go, but by the end of the summer we should be able to do it. Yeah, it's the last full case we did, which cases are 20 boxes. We got 18 autos in 20 boxes. Now, another guy was telling me that oh wow. For Toronto, Ballpark Oddities, Traveling Man. All right. These are like super rare. They're basically like one in every 2 cases. These Ballpark Oddities. We hit one in the last case. For Mikey B, of course, because he's got 17 teams. But yeah, these are pretty cool. It's like one in every 37 boxes they come in. That's the odds on them. So very cool. Corbin Orange. Okay, so these guys here, I just kind of divide them out among the teams. You know, Astros first, Yankees next, so on and so forth. Unless it's numbered, and then we'll random it. Okay. And then, obviously, any hits, anything numbered, anything short printed, we top load. And then a lot of the oranges are just basically base cards. But if like it's an orange rookie or something like that. Yeah, you did, didn't you? That was you. That's awesome. Like if it's an orange rookie or whatever, we'll top load those too. So, Herman Marquez orange. Ozzy Albies orange. Yeah, I think the smart thing with Big League this year was they cut down the amount of cards that was in a box. It used to be 24 packs, now it's 18. And they obviously took that money and just put it into getting more hits in the product. Longoria caricature and Jeff McNeil orange. Because, like, I've told this story before, but when Big League first came out, this is the 3rd year I believe Big League's out. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd year. The first year it came out, my local card guy, from a local card store, he gave me a couple boxes. I don't even remember why. There's Alvarez rookie. And a Judge roll call. And again, they were just cheap boxes, and I was like, oh, I'll use them for giveaways or whatever. And I went home and looked at the checklist and was like, oh my God, like everybody's in this, you know? Yeah, the John Duplantier, that's right. Yeah, man, they're not an easy hit, those ballpark oddities. Anyway, you know, and I brought it home and I looked at the checklist and I was like, everybody's in this checklist. You know, I couldn't believe it. And that was, I think it was 18. I'm pretty sure it was 18 because I was surprised there was like Ohtani and Acuna and all them. So every year we've always done some, and it's progressively gotten better without the price going up. You know, I mean, these hobby boxes are like $30, $35. You know, so if you don't have a lot of scratch and just want to open some cards, get a hit or two, you know, it's a great way not to break the bank, you know. And these inserts used to be gold. There's a Santana orange, Aquino rookie caricature, and last year, was it last year? I actually did the gold set, which was kind of fun. I'm not a set collector, but it was cool to do. Cole, roll call. Carrasco, orange. Alfaro, orange, and Alonso, roll call. Mike Trout, orange award winners. Yeah, well, with only 10 cards, man, you're 20% of the way there. Springer, orange. Come on, Maxie, show your stuff, buddy. There's a Robert, rookie orange, nice one there. Vogelbach. White Sox, Mikey B. Acuna and Gurriel Jr. orange. There's another Robert rookie. Senzel, roll call. And Conforto, orange. Contreras. Eric Hosmer, orange. Alonso award winners. All right, last pack of box one. Nice. Soto and Polanco, orange. All right, box one. Not bad. Super short print out of the first box. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about breaks. I was in a lot of breaks this week, a lot more than I have been in the last year or so, because I am a Sapphire fan, and it couldn't have been worse. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I should just bought some boxes of Sapphire rather than spend it on all those breaks. I couldn't even get a decent team. Scherzer, orange. Although, I was in some Chronicle Soccer breaks. Now, here's one. I mean, have you guys seen Chronicle Soccer? I don't know if I have any soccer fans out there. And to be honest with you, I don't know much about soccer. But the value on those cards are insane. There's like base cards in that set selling for $200. Acuna roll call. And Jonathan Schoop to 50. 37 to 50 for the Tigers. Black and white. Goldie orange. And honestly, you guys, I'm sure somebody out there knows a lot more about soccer than I do. But, there you go, Mikey. It's a very cool product. They're crazy. The cards are nuts in that soccer. It's a cool product, too. I mean, I enjoyed just the breaks, even though I didn't know who the hell they were talking about most of the time. I mean, I know the big names, of course, and Blackman orange, but man, there's some of those cards are selling for insane amounts of money. And I mean, the product is selling for insane amounts of money. I actually considered the other day buying a case to do breaks with, because you know, there's 60 teams in that product. And, you know, I was like, that'd be a good team break, you know. So I looked at it on Wednesday on Blowout. And it was 36, I think it's $36.79 a case. It was like $3,700 a case for Chronicle Soccer. It's a 12-box case. And I thought about it overnight, and I said, maybe I should try it. Maybe it'll bring some new people to the channel and stuff. I went back the next day. It was up $1,200 from the day before. Now it's like $5,000 a case. Gallo orange. That's when I was like, I don't know enough about soccer to make that kind of investment. Because the worst part is I get people who know soccer, and I'll do the break, and they'll be like, hey, don't you know that this guy? And I'll be like, no, I don't. You know, they all look good to me. Roll call, Mookie. But yeah, it's like I was in 2 breaks on CSB, 2 soccer breaks, and the second day I was in it, they were talking about some rookie. Never heard of the guy in my life. Harper, roll call, Altuve orange, and you know, it was like a level 2 rookie or something like that, and they looked it up, and it was like, you know, at $240 on eBay with like, you know, another hour or 2 to go. Yeah, it is. It's gone up so quickly. If you bought it a week ago, you could have gotten it for like $2,100 a case. Now it's like $5,000 a case. Matthew Boyd orange. I got a email from distributors, more than one distributor. I use like 6 different distributors because honestly their prices between all of them really fluctuate. Sometimes like you go to one and you go to another one, it's like $200 cheaper, you know. Crawford orange. And I use Blowout and David Adams like a lot of you guys will if you buy stuff, and then I have some other like, you know, straight wholesale guys that I use too. And I got emails from like 3 of them now that basically said, if you don't purchase by a certain time, on that day. They don't guarantee the price if you purchase overnight. Devers Orange. That's how quickly cards prices are moving. I mean, you would think it was like the stock market. Like, so if they leave the office at 5 o'clock, let's say, and a case of Chronicles is listed for, $3,500 hypothetically, and you go on there at 6 o'clock and buy it for 3,500, but the next day they bounce it up to 4,500, you're paying 4,500 for that case. Alonso Caricature and Acuna Orange. I mean, it's insane, and I mean, you can see it across the board with, like the 2020 releases earlier in the year were shooting up at absurd pricing, and most of them are still hanging around at those absurd prices, Vladdy Roll Call and Musgrove Orange. Like Gypsy Queen. When Gypsy Queen came out, it was $93 a hobby, and now it's like almost $200 a hobby for Gypsy Queen. I like Gypsy Queen, don't get me wrong, but it's Gypsy Queen. It's not a phenomenal product. Alvarez Rookie. So, and it's shown all around. Contreras Orange. I get Collectible Card Club. I don't know if anybody out there belongs to that, but I've been doing it for a couple years, and I'll be honest, I haven't always been that happy with it. And they're great guys. They do a great job there. Schwarber Orange. I just had bad luck with it, which actually I shouldn't say that. The one I got this month that I did, there's actually a video on there. I broke it last night. Actually had a good month this month for the first time in a while, but the reason I bring it up is they had another price increase, and I said in the video, I don't really blame the guys, but it was pretty substantial. Like, it went from $34, the one I get, which is 10-pack Pujols Orange. I get a 10-pack Modern Baseball. Now, when I first started 2 years ago with them, or a little over 2 years ago, it was $21 for that. So then at some point it jumped to like 26, and then it went to 34. And this month it went from 34 to $48. And Escobar Orange and Hapa Caricature. And it sucks that they have such a huge increase, $14 increase on a $34 product. I mean, it's like 40% increase, 45%. But it's also, the pricing out there is so insane right now. It's like, there's nothing the guy can do. He can't put boxes together with, for cheaper than that, or else he's losing money. She doesn't want to do, obviously. Bellinger Roll Call, Blake Snell Orange. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, they seem to have tamed a little bit since they started producing stuff again, since Bowman came out, but the hobby's just exploding right now, Bichette Rookie. Hater. Which, honestly, when I first started breaking a couple years ago, I was worried that the hobby was on a downslide, or that it had seen its kind of height with Judge. Like, that's what... Like, I mean, things were still really good, but, after what happened with Judge, it was like, nothing. And Bellinger, it's like, nah, you're never going to see something like that again. But then next year it's Acuna and Soto. And I mean, it's just been a run of, phenomenal guys year after year, which has helped, It dropped because they put a ton of it out on the market. So Bowman's actually an interesting story. Well, it's not so interesting for those of us who paid absurd prices for them. Robles Roll Call, Real Muto Orange. So before the coronavirus hit, the pre-order on Bowman was $2,100 a case for hobbies and $2,700 a case for and $2,700 a case for jumbos. That was the pre-order price. Austin Meadows and Christian Walker Orange. Then coronavirus hit, and it stood for quite a while at those prices. Then they shut Topps down because Topps is in Manhattan. Marte Orange, and a lot of their printers shut down because of Corona, and they delayed Bowman by 6 weeks. Well, then they decided that they were still going to release it in 6 weeks, but they were only going to release a very small amount of it, which is what happened. So the price started going through the roof. Blackman and Josh Donaldson Orange, thinking that there was a real possibility that maybe there wouldn't be any more produced, or depending on what was going to happen with coronavirus or this or that or whatever. So in the end of May, when Bowman came out, at that point it was $4,000 for a hobby case and $5,000 for a jumbo case on pre-order before it even came out. So it went from $2,100 a hobby, Kepler roll call and Bogarts orange, to $4,000 a hobby case, pre-order. And it stayed that way for the first 3 weeks or so, and in fact went up from there. And I mean, I bought cases of jumbo at $5,000 a case. Well, then what happened is they released the rest of the products, DeGrom Orange and DeGrom Roll Call, and of course, everybody loves Bowman. Don't get me wrong, but it was a few weeks after the release, so that initial luster wore off a little bit. A lot of people bought their Bowman, bought the stuff they were going to, and then when they finally were able or decided to release the rest of it, Javi and Swanson Orange, I just don't think the interest was there as much. I mean, there's still a ton of interest as Bowman. Don't get me wrong. Of course there's interest, but it wasn't as wild as it was 3-4 weeks earlier, And now it's just sitting on the shelves at those prices. Like you said, hobby boxes were up to $400 plus. Some were over $400. Now they've settled back down to $250. But again, it's a hobby box of Bowman. It should be $160, $170 if it's, same as most years. Again, it's still, here's another Robert rookie. It's still pretty high. And of course now it'll go up as it sells out over the rest of the year. Those prices will start going up, and then, next year it'll be $700 for hobby box. I'll tell you, nowadays the best thing to do is to buy hobby boxes and sit on them. It's a huge way. All these boxes, they go to insane levels. And if you have the discipline to buy a case and stick it in the back of a closet for a year, you do pretty good for yourself. You look at 18 update. We broke, 5 cases of 18 update. I couldn't give the teams away half the time. They weren't great breaks, to be honest with you. As far as people buying teams and stuff. And now a hobby box of 18 updates $700. It's insane. Verlander orange. So Christ, a hanger box of 18 updates $100 at this point. Yeah, and then this year you got Witt. This year's really been good because every product's had Acuna caricature and Means orange. Every product's had some. You had Series 1 that had all those rookies in it, which usually never happens, that you have the top rookies in Series 1. Series 1 was as hot a product as there's been all year, which usually Series 1 is one of the worst products in a year, everyone's happy to see it because it means a new baseball season, but we got an auto coming up. All right, let's see. Let's go through these other couples here. Musgrove, Trout, Carrasco, Orange, Evan Longoria. Good luck, everybody. For Houston, Jose Urquidy, I think it is. Rookie auto for the Astros. Elazar C. Congrats, buddy. Nice one. you know, you had the series one, which was awesome, you know, with Bichette and Jordan and Aquino and all them. You have Witt and Jason and Bowman, you know. I mean, like, every product's had something, you know. Robert comes out in, shit, opening day. I'm sorry my language, but, I mean, opening day had the first Robert rookie, you know. Who the hell's going after opening day? But, you know, those Robert rookies were going for, yeah, nice hit, buddy, congrats. You know, those Robert rookies were going for $100 or whatever they were out of opening day. And when have you ever heard a card out of opening day selling for $100? You know, and then you get to nice Bichette orange, congrats. You know, you get to all the other products, and you know, all the prospect stuff has a ton of great prospects in it. Not just Witt and Jason. I mean, yeah, they're huge. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Powson and Bayron Laura and the kid from the Red Sox. I mean, there's a nice bunch of guys in there, you know, with some values. So, Tariq Skubal from Detroit. So, look, I'm not complaining. It's wonderful that the hobby's doing so well. I'm really happy about them. I'm happy more people are getting involved in it and realizing that, you know, sports cards aren't what they were when they were kids, you know. Sinsuchu and Hapa, roll call. It is amazing, though. Somebody was just saying this the other day. Duran, yeah. Aquino, caricature, and Will Meyer, orange. How many sports fans there are and how few people actually collect sports cards. I mean, you know, it's less than 1%, but it's this whole thing of being home and not having sports has opened a lot of people's eyes. I don't know if you guys saw the article in Chris Davis, orange. Sports Illustrated did a cover story on breakers. It was in May. It was like around May 10th. It was an online thing, you know, online cover story or whatever. But it was a really interesting story, and they talked to Rich from Leighton and Jesse from, I can't think of his company now. There's like 5 or 6 guys who've been around a long time that they talked to, and talking about the fact that during especially in the last few months during the virus, that people who would normally watch sports were supplementing their sports with card breaks, you know, like using it as a form of entertainment, you know. I can't watch sports, I'll watch some guys open cards and I'll buy into it. And they've gotten into it and realized that there's value to it. All right, I think, what's going on here? No. All right, Muncie, roll call, Kaboom. I thought there was an auto or something in there. It felt kind of thick, but I guess not. My hands are deceiving me. I just love having an audience to do it for, man. I mean, you guys know me. This is not a, you know, I don't make a living doing this. I own another company, and I just really enjoy it, you know. Sanchez orange. I don't always enjoy the sorting, but you know, that can get a little tedious sometimes. But that's why I have a child, you know. I make him help me. I use it as bribery. I'll do this if you'll help me sort, you know, one of those type of things. Nola orange, Geo. But as long as they keep having kids come up and impress, I mean, that's the crazy part too, is what everybody's trying to do, you know. Aquino and Lux rookies. You know, everyone's looking for the next Trout. Everybody wants to have that next $1 million card. You know, they saw that red 2009 Chrome Trout sell for what, $970 or whatever it was. You know, I mean, do we know that Jason Dominguez is going to be a Hall of Famer one day? We have no idea. The guy's 16 years old, you know, and some of the prices are being paid for stuff's insane, but people don't want to miss the boat. If it were for me, it'd be a Bowman product for sure. Austin Riley Orange. I mean, if it had to be like right now, yeah. I mean, I'd probably just do like a case of Bowman Jumbos, most likely. But that's what I collect. I collect the prospect. I'm huge into the prospect thing. Now, if it was a little bit later in the year, and I'm just kind of going on what's been released so far this year, I mean, there are some other things that I like. I did like Gypsy Queen a lot. I just thought it was a bit overpriced. If it were next month, it would probably be Topps Chrome, most likely. Topps Chrome this year is going to be really, really good. And that's going to be really expensive, too. It's already really expensive. It's like over $3,000 a case already on pre-order. But yeah, I mean, most likely it would be Bowman. There you go, Jordan Orange, nice one there. Bowman Draft Hobby, I got you. Well, if you're going back, like I was just kind of basing it on this year. Wow. Now I gotta think. God, what was that? My son and I opened a ton of it, and we loved it. It was, oh, God, it's going to kill me. Laureano Orange. Let me think about it for a minute. Because if we're not doing this year, there's... What the hell? Telling my son to come in here so I can ask him. I can't remember which product that was, and I don't know why. I can see it. I can see the box, and I can't think of it. Topps Chrome Black should be interesting. It's cool looking. That I'll give it. With this year, with all the rookies, I mean, it's going to be a good product. Oh, what was the product we opened so much of that the Bryant came out of?
I don't know. It was 2013. What year was it? 2013? It was
14?
14 Bowman something.
Bowman, what was it? Sterling
Bowman's
or something?
Best? No. Wasn't it Sterling?
Was it Sterling?
I don't know.
All right.
It was 2014. It was 2013.
Yeah, they were asking me what I would open, like, and I was trying to think of something from the past, and we opened a ton of that, but I can't remember what it was. Was it
that.
Platinum?
Yeah, it was Platinum.
Bowman Platinum, maybe?
We got it from Carly.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Maybe you guys remember. I think it was Platinum. It was like 13 Bowman Platinum, and it had the 13 Chris Bryants in it, and we actually hit one out of there. But my son and I opened like a couple cases of that stuff, and I loved the relic autos that were in it, and God, see, that's the only problem. Like, I know some guys are like encyclopedic about cards, but I see so many at this point. They start to wash together a little bit. Garrett Cole Orange, and it's funny because when I open a pack that I haven't opened in a while, then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this, you know, but I can't remember it like off the top of my head. I think it was Platinum, Bowman Platinum. Yeah, it wasn't Sterling. Sterling is the one that used to have like the 18 autographs in it or whatever, but Jordan Caricature. But we opened a ton of that. That was a fun product, and it did have the 13 Bryant Chrome in there, which we hit one, which was awesome. But that wasn't the only reason. I mean, I loved the look of that product and everything. It was fun. And like I was saying, black looks awesome. I mean, they look awesome. Again, we'll see where the price stands. You know, a big thing is the price this year. I mean, if you guys have seen the price on draft right now, the pre-order on Bowman Draft Hobbies, I think, is at $3,600 a case right now. And it's July. It doesn't come out until December. So, there's a real possibility it will be over 4,000 a case for hobby before it's released. Trout roll call and Matt Olson. The problem is for some guys, I mean, it used to worry me more when I was first starting out. Kendrick Orange. I don't like. I mean, I've told you guys this before. My whole thing is just to break even. If I break even, it's fine with me. When we make a little, that's great. When we lose a little, that's fine because we made a little on another one. But it's kind of like what I go into buying things, because there's some things that are really, really expensive that you have to start thinking, like, am I going to be able to recover this? Like, am I going to get enough bids to recover something like this? Like the Bowman Jumbos at $5,000 a case. When you're doing a half case break, that's $2,500 plus 15% between eBay and PayPal. They have to take into consideration, so that's another like $350. So already just to even out, you got to bring back in almost $3,000 just to break even. Which with Bowman I didn't think was an issue. It wasn't an issue, but some products it is. For Houston, again, Houston's getting everything. Zach Greinke to 100 rainbow foil, 33 or 100, nice one there. Geo orange. So you kind of you try and take those things into account when you're buying this stuff. Is and when you're looking down draft at being like that already, it's crazy. Somebody out there is paying the price. I don't know if it's going to be me or not. But I will also give my 2 cents. I'm sure you guys probably don't care to hear me rattle on about this stuff, but what Topps is doing with these online releases and Sapphire is, I mean, it's nothing short of horrendous what they're doing to people with this. I mean, we were talking about this the other night. I mean, how do you offer an online product and then not sell it to anyone, but give it to Blowout and every big breaker under the sun? And I know as a breaker, I'm supposed to kind of defend the brothers, but I got to be honest with you, it is, I mean, it's almost disgusting what people are making off of these things, and how Topps is handling it. Will Smith Orange. Look, Topps has never been accused of being a very good customer service company. They are a horrible customer service company. But they release a product that's $150 a box. They literally sell it out the second it hits the market online. But then you turn around and Blowout's got 1,000 boxes, and they're selling them at a 400% markup. Judge roll call, or all the big breakers have them doing 20, 30 box breaks. And again, they paid $150 a box, but they're charging like they're $500 a box. And I do love them. They're wonderful, but there's a Robert rookie. I don't know. It's just, came out of nowhere. For the Indians, Oscar Mercado, big league autograph. Not numbered. Just got Cleveland. Barry W. But I mean, if you go on Blowout, I think it's $470 a box for Bowman Sapphire right now, and it was $150 online, and nobody got it. I mean, if you're in the Montgomery Club, you got a chance to buy 2 boxes, which I'm not in the Montgomery Club. I've tried, and I'm still trying every year to get in. I'll get in eventually, but But even for those guys, like if you said to me we sold it all out to the Montgomery Club, I'd be like, okay, it sucks, but they pay a fee to be in it and so on and so forth. But they didn't. They just, instead of selling it to the public like they were supposed to, they gave it to blowout and distributors to sell to, not even the little breakers. I mean, I could get them. There's a Lux rookie, and behind that for Seattle, Kyle Seager, 2/100, 69 of 100. Trout orange. I mean, obviously I could buy some from from blowout and do breaks with them, but yeah, the unfortunate is I like Sapphire. That's the unfortunate of it. I like it a lot. I just think they're cool cards, I mean, look, what are you gonna do? But just the way they're handling it is so bad, and it's flaunted in people's faces. Topps obviously doesn't care. Like, hey, we got our money. Screw the rest of you, and they are in a unique position to do that because they have the contracts and so on and so forth, and they have the ability to say, well, you can go somewhere else because there's nowhere else to go. I mean, there are, obviously, you can go to Panini and go to the Leaf and stuff, but they don't, especially for baseball, they don't have the contracts, so, the cards aren't the same. And unfortunately, a Gavin Lux roll call. As a business owner, and I don't mean this business, I mean my other business, like, it would drive me insane. If you ever go on Instagram or Facebook and read the comments on Topps page, oh my God. It's like, these people are seething mad at them all the time because they don't ship, they ship badly, they undervalue cards, they replace stuff that's, and again, this is based on what I'm reading, and I understand people are a little braver on the internet than they would normally be, but I mean, if I was the owner of Topps, I would say we have a serious customer service problem. And that's, honestly, I think that's why companies like Panini can do so well even without the contract. Gerchuk Orange. Don't get me wrong, Panini makes a lot of really nice stuff, a lot of nice baseball stuff, but they don't have the team names, they don't have, but I think that's why Panini does so well still with baseball, is because some people just don't want to deal with Topps, or deal with them as little as possible. Baez. Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, but you know what? I would also, it's different too. Look, I do auctions, so people are going to pay what they're going to pay. I mean, I'm not a dumb guy. I know what's going to sell and what's not going to sell, but I mean, look, there are nights when a team will sell for $100, and the next night it'll sell for $150, and the next night after that it'll sell for $50. It's not always consistent. It depends on who's there. So, yeah, I leave that in your guys' hands because you guys decide what you want to bid. But when you look at guys doing 5-box breaks at 85 a team, I mean, let me, my brain's not working so good right now. What's a 5-box break? 85 a team for 30 teams. So that's what, 2650 they're bringing in sales, and 5 boxes at 150 a box. Come on, Max, show your face, buddy. Is $750, and that's a pretty steep markup, Verlander. But as many people tell you, and I'm sure somebody on here will say the same thing, that's capitalism at its best. That's the market. Market will bear. They'll pay what they want to. And I get it, you make your money where you can, but I think Topps could at least control it a little bit better. I don't blame the breakers, I don't, but I do think Topps could say, okay, only this much is going out, or we need to offer these to the public, because I don't know anybody, and maybe somebody out there can tell me different. I don't know anybody who was able to buy a box who wasn't in the Montgomery Club. You know, just got online and bought a box. Everyone I know told me the same thing. I went on, and 5 seconds after I posted, said it was sold out. You know. And that's not uncommon with a lot of their stuff, apparently. DeJong. I don't buy like the Project 2020 stuff and whatever, like I know a lot of people do, and they're very, very cool. But I hear there's a lot of issues with those, and they do like artist proofs or something like that, I guess, that are rarer or numbered or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know it 100%. But everyone I've heard who's been trying to get these artist proofs says the second they post them, they're sold out. You know, like, so it's either, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's people with bots or computers or whatever out there, you know, who are getting them first, but I don't know. I sometimes believe companies have a responsibility to the consumer to look out for them a little bit, you know, and in this case, I don't think Topps does that very well. Bregman Orange. So now that you've listened to me preach, and I'm sorry about that, I just think it's a shame when I watch guys open Sapphire who talk and praise how great it is and this and that, and then I read comments where people are like, God, I couldn't buy a box of this in 10 years if I wanted to, you know, because it's so unaffordable to so many people. And I don't know. I don't know that that's a good way to do business, you know, to make things like so unaffordable that your people don't, I don't know. Like I said, you know, maybe I'm looking way too deep into this whole thing. Okay, so let's do a quick hit recap. Not our best, not our worst 5-boxer. Could have used another hit or two, but not too bad either. Okay, so we are doing a hit recap for 2020 Topps Big League quarter case break number 5. So a couple of good oranges that we pulled out. Bichette rookie, Robert rookie, and of course the Jordan rookie. And then hits, we had another Ballpark Oddities, going to Mikey again, Traveling Man. These are like 1 in every 2 cases. Really, really super short printed. So very, very cool card for Toronto. Edwin Jackson. I don't know how they're picking the players if there's only 10 players in the list. I mean, John Duplantier and Edwin Jackson wouldn't be the first 2 guys I would pick, I would think, but hey, you know, whatever. Okay, so, and our numbered cards, Jonathan Scope to 50, Zach Greinke to 100, Kyle Seager to 100, and then 2 autos tonight, Oscar Mercado, Big League auto, and behind that we had the rookie, Jose I really want to figure out how to say Urquidy, I think it is, Jose Urquidy, maybe. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. If you're not in our last break tonight, I hope you all have a wonderful week. We will be back Thursday, Friday, and Saturday next week, so look for us on eBay. And if you hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. You guys all have a great night. Take care.